Namaste, much peace to you. Teacher, are we nearing the moment when our world will enter an era of regeneration, as the Spiritists say? Are we on a planet of trials and atonements? Chico Xavier himself said that our planet Earth is reaching that moment when we will transition from a karmic project to a project of humanity's great awakening. When we talk about regeneration, it means giving new meaning. It means reuniting with our true essence, our true spiritual and transcendental nature. It's what we call the era of light, the awakening of humanity, and the awakening of this civilization through the understanding of life after death and the interaction with intelligences from space, from the stars. These two things are inevitable, because Project Earth is not an eternal project where humanity will forever be in the darkness, engaged only in technological and scientific evolution while human consciousness grows increasingly poorer. One of the questions people often ask me, which is quite interesting to reflect on, is, wow, this world is lost. Young people are so confused. They don't even know who they are anymore. They don't even know their own sexuality. They're lost, without spiritual leaders, without leaders at all who can set order, a path, or guidance. This world is extremely confused. How do you explain that, teacher? I tell them, it's very simple. The only explanation is that we are living through the final stage of the project of darkness, the karmic project of atonement. We are going through something called the separation of the wheat from the chaff. And this separation is clear and genuine. Those of darkness go to darkness, those of light go to light. A massive polarization is happening in our world. When the great change happens, these souls will have a much easier path towards stellar transmigration, so they can continue their karmic project in other worlds. And Earth, cleansed of this polarization, can then create a more advanced and pure development for light, consciousness, and higher ages, the great awakening of humanity. This is inevitable. We are in a world of great mixtures. Many souls have come to experience life here, from several levels, from the most primitive to the most spiritually advanced. They are all involved in this great Project Earth. I remember the talks of the late Triguarino, who has already left our physical plane. He spoke about the so-called involutionary forces and evolutionary forces, and how we would inevitably face a conflict between these two forces and the separation of these two powers. We live on a planet where 90% of the forces are involutionary, where all the money, wealth, and ideological and political power is in the hands of the involutionary forces, pushing the planet in a certain direction. Evolutionary forces are the minority, which is why they isolate themselves in the mountains, in rural areas, in small groups, so they can survive and flourish. Because every time you, as someone of the light, mix yourself into the energies of darkness, you get lost, dragged down, consumed by those energies, because they are very powerful. That's why we must be aware and seek our balance in connection with our own nature and our own inner source. We are living at the moment of the great planetary turning point, the arrival of the era of light and the regeneration of this world. And this division is inevitable.